Hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elaine and you're watching CT Valley Girl Garden, and today's video I have a cooking video for you guys today. So I did a short showing you guys a soup that I made, and today I am going to share that recipe with you and how easy this recipe is, because this recipe we're going to do it all in the Instant Pot. And 99% of everything is in cans, plus the seasoning, and plus I chopped some butternut squash. But I'm sharing this video because it's winter, and also for new beginners, people that don't know how to cook or just started to cook. I just want to show you a way that you can make soup really quick for your family. Hearty, very healthy soup. And I'm going to show the products with you now. Okay, so this is very easy. This is just a dump and go, and press the button to cook it, to pressure cook it, and then in 30 minutes it should be done. Okay, so I'm going to share some of the ingredients with you. I'm just going to turn the camera like this, bring this down a little bit. And so we have a few things here, and I opened all the cans already. So we're going to be using low sodium spinach. Okay, so these are all about 13 to 16 ounces cans. Okay, and sweet peas, some carrots, cut sweet potatoes, black beans, but you could use any kind of beans you would like, pinto beans, any beans that you would prefer, and some French style green beans, some corn, and over here I have I just cut fresh butternut squash, but you can, this is about 2 cups of butternut squash, but you can buy them already cut for you at the supermarket, and they do come in cans as well, but I just bought this fresh. Okay, now we're going to go into the seasoning, and again, you can use whatever seasonings you prefer. I am going to use turmeric. This is all powder seasoning, garlic powder, adobo, which you can find this in any supermarket, ginger, sazon, and there's one more. You could also use one whole can of the tomato sauce. It makes it so delicious, guys, but I'm going to skip this part for me because I suffer from acid reflux. We're also going to be using some sofrito. You find this at the frozen section of any grocery store from Goya Products. This is leftover of the chicken stock when I made my last soup, so you could save that and use this. And then or you could use any chicken stock, vegetable stock you might have, in your pantry. And if not, I'm going to be adding, you could buy the powder one too. So this is not going to be enough because I make soup for 2 days for 4 meals. So I'm going to be using this as well. 2 of the envelopes of the sazon Goya. Okay, and some salt. And you can add pepper too. I don't add pepper to my soup because, again, it triggers my acid reflux. Okay, guys, and you're going to need some water in case you don't have any chicken stock in stock. So you can make your own chicken stock, vegetable stock, beef stock, okay? Any of those will work for this soup. Now, this is an Instant Pot, and I am going to use it to the max. of this pot. So it's 2/3 of this pot here that goes into the Instant Pot. And so I'm going to be let's see if you guys can see with the camera. It has a line right here. It tells you you can only fill it up to there, the limit. So after I add all these vegetables, I'll add more stock to it and see what's my limit. Okay, so let's get started. Now again, I'm going to be using a full can of all these vegetables because I'm making enough for 2 days, for 2 lunches and 2 dinners. Okay, I mean, you can have this for breakfast too, but if you just want to make soup for 1 day, a 1-day pot, then you could just use half a can of all your vegetables. All right, so let's get started. All right, so first I'm gonna let me just move the cans out the way. All right, guys, let's get started. I hope you can see it really good there. So I'm gonna start with the leftover chicken stock that I had. You could start pouring whatever chicken stock, vegetable stock, whatever you want to use. You want to use powder. So I'm going to pour that in. It has a little bit of the soup left over, but that's okay. It's all going to be eaten. It's not going to be bad at all. Now, this recipe, you could use fresh fresh vegetables if you like, frozen vegetable. But this recipe is it's all about how easy that you can make a delicious soup with all cans vegetables that you have at home, and it's it's so quick to make. Okay, so what I like to do now is get my chicken stock and my water because it's not filled to the top where I want it. So I'm going to pour the water halfway because then I want to see how much. When you add a lot of vegetables and into the pot, it kind of raises up the water. So you don't want to pass that limit where the Instant Pot tells you not to pass. So I'm going to add 2 of these, like a teaspoon. And then I'm going to mix it. And you could just taste it and, go according to the way the flavor that you like. So I'm gonna add 1 more because remember, I might add more water. Okay, so now I am going to start dumping everything in, and I got this at Walmart for like less than $3. All right, so you just start dumping everything in. It's a very easy recipe. All the vegetables I showed you, these are all drained. The beans have been rinsed and put back in the can. So you just dump everything in. And again, you could put a whole can, or you can put like, you can mix it and you see how much you need. You see how the water's raising with all the vegetables I'm putting in there. Yeah, these are my favorite. The French style green beans. They are my favorite. Also, I add onion in here. Fresh onion. You could add fresh onions in there. That will be the chopping part of the video. And so I'm going to be pouring this in. And I always put a whole can of the beans for protein. Because remember, we're not adding meat. This is a meatless recipe. It's all used by mostly cans. And then I love my soup with spinach in it. And I think it's better with canned spinach than fresh spinach. And I leave the liquid of the spinach in there because it has all the nutrients of the spinach. You see how green it is? So you could use that for liquid too. Okay, so you got to keep an eye. You got to keep an eye on the limit. Let me turn it because I can't see it. Okay. All right, so we're going to leave that there. What else did I not add? So there you go. I added all the vegetables. Okay. And then now we're gonna add a little bit of sofrito for flavor. And this already has, you know, this is just a, it's made with a lot of vegetables, onions, garlic, peppers, and this just gives it a pop flavor. It's frozen, so I have to, you know, scrape it out because I didn't take it out at least 20 minutes before the video. But this gives it a great flavor, okay, to your soup, to your dishes. It's not we Spanish people, we like to use this in, you know, a lot of our dishes, okay? So you put as much as you like. Okay, remember it's going to give it flavor. So it's about 2 tablespoons, okay? So I always continue mixing it. Doesn't that look good? All right, let's see. I don't want to miss anything else out. I think I did everything else. Now we're going to move on to the seasoning of the seasoning part. Now I don't measure the seasoning. Got turmeric and ginger is very strong, so you could put, it depends if you're making a big pot of soup or just a half of this pot that I'm making here. So you put according to your taste. I don't measure anything, any of my seasoning. I just pour it in, but I just want to let you know people usually use 1/8 of a teaspoon for this. And then it's better to put a little bit than to put a lot, because you could always put more if you need more, and if you put a lot, you can't take it out. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of ginger. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic, and again, you could put fresh garlic. I have fresh garlic in a jar that's already chopped, so I might just do that. And you could add a little bit of adobo. Okay, all the ingredients I show you, and then I'm going to be using 2 of these because it's a lot of water. And so let me just open this one. Now this is optional, the sazon Goya. We just love to cook with it. If you don't want to add this part to it, you don't have to, but it is going to come out delicious. So now I already cleaned my spoon, and I'm going to mix it really well. Mix it really well. And then you're going to take a taste. Now I could take a taste, because this soup is just for me. My daughter's not going to be eating this soup. Ooh, it's good. Now, don't forget your salt. You want to put some salt. Usually I put about a tablespoon, because this is a big pot of soup. Okay. You can add peppers to this. This is a very, very easy recipe. So always remember, put a little bit of the seasoning, taste it. If you need more, then you add more. You could put potatoes in here as well, and you could put fresh potatoes, but since this is a canned vegetable video recipe, you could put potatoes from the can if you like. If you have one of those mixed vegetables that has mixed vegetables in the cans, you have a few of those, instead of doing how I did it, you could put a couple of those, but I ran out of those, so that's why I'm doing that. So I'm gonna give it a taste. Oh yeah, that tastes good. I would like a little more ginger and a little bit turmeric. So see, that's why it's good just to put a little bit, you know, because you want to enjoy your soup and have it great flavor. And if you don't like it, you know, turmeric and ginger too strong, then you don't, just add a little bit. Okay, turmeric is very healthy for you, and ginger. So I make these soups like this for me because I am on a 10 days, my second 10 days of eating just soup, vegetables, and fruits and smoothies to lose weight. Okay, so now I'm gonna go get the top. Okay guys, so I did chop some onions. This is a minimum chopping recipe, mostly canned, but you could get already chopped onions from the grocery store, which is cheaper if you buy them fresh. But if you're a person that likes to do fast recipes, you could just buy those. Okay, so now we're gonna show you. We're gonna close the lid of the Instant Pot. So you always gotta match this part to here, and then turn it so it has to lock. You hear that? She's locked. You gotta make sure that this is pointed to the front. And now let's go and do this part. Okay guys, so the Instant Pot is very easy to use. For this recipe, we're gonna hit manual button down here. It's already on 30 minutes. It's gonna cook for 30 minutes because the sweet potatoes, well, not the sweet potato. You hear a beat, that means it's on, and it's going to start heating up and to get to the pressure it needs to get to so I could cook it for 30 minutes. So I put the timer for 30 minutes because it still has to cook the butternut squash, but everything else is already pre-cooked except the onions and the butternut squash. So there you go guys, I'll see you back in 30 minutes. And this is a dump, set it, forget it recipe. Okay, so you can add meat to this if you want, but I'm doing just a vegetable soup today. Okay, I'll be right back when it's done. Okay guys, so as you can see, we got 1 minute left. She's gonna start beeping, and I'm gonna go grab a bowl so I could show you how it looks. And it's gonna be done in 1 minute, and when it's done, she's gonna be beeping. So this is a very easy recipe, very delicious. It's January 2024. You know, a lot of people are always starting to, you know, eat right, eat healthy, and this is one of the cheapest and easiest way to do it. All right, so she's gonna start beeping soon. I hope you guys had a great New Year's. I had a great one too. So she starts beeping. It's gonna say L000. Then she's gonna start counting. So at this point, it stopped cooking. It stopped pressure cooking. Now you could either let it run for 10 minutes and she will steam out herself, or you could just move this and steam it out for you. So for the sake of the video, I think I'm going to steam it out because I don't want this video to be too long. So you're going to hear a noise. Okay, so you move it to the left, but I always throw a towel on it because it's steam. So that's steaming all the, you know, releasing all the steam from the inside of the pressure. So I always put a towel on it so it won't be so bad. And I'll be back when it's stopped. Alright guys, so I think it didn't record me taking out the lid and everything, but I took out the lid. Don't know what happened to the camera, but just in case, I'll show you the soup again. There's the soup. It smells good. I cannot tell you how good this smells. Also, when it starts pressure cooking, you can just smell the delicious soup in your kitchen. And this is a 30-minute meal. It's a drop. You know, drop it in there, all the ingredients, seasoning, close it, put it for 30 minutes, put it to the side, forget about it. And within that 30 minutes, I made dinner and cleaned my kitchen. So, also, please don't forget to recycle your cans. Rinse them out, recycle them. I already cleaned mine out, and they're in my recycling box right over there. So I could take it downstairs to the recycling bin. And yeah, so let's give it a taste. So here's the bowl. It's very hot. And Oh yeah, baby, it tastes really good. I love it. Well, I think I hope you guys liked this video. Please, if you did, you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you notify you when I'm going to put up another video. Alright guys, take care. And if you make this recipe, please leave me a comment down below and let me know. And you don't have to make it in this Instant Pot. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you can also cook it in a pot on the stove top. Okay. Alright guys, thank you. God bless and take care. Bye for now.